Hey players, it's me Ray back again for more games to play. Yeah, more recently I've been playing, of course I'm in a Marvel Legendary tournament, Bageltop Games Spring Tournament of 2026, so I'm doing that at the moment. So you've seen probably a couple of videos on Marvel Legendary. I've been playing a couple of Marvel Champions games because they're always fun, but it's time. I've got to return the love to some Spirit Island, and I'll get more Final Girl happening as well. I actually played another game of Final Girl last night. I mean, I'm on a bit of a Stranger Things kick, so I played Slayer and Falconwood, and yeah, that was pretty cool. So I just can't resist. I had set this up before, but let me just shuffle it in front of you. Anyway, I'm going to be playing what I thought I'd do. I thought I'd get on tape. I'm going to try an Adversary. Why not? So I'm going to try it on level 1. And I'm going to use a spirit that I don't think I have featured on the channel, but I have been playing. Hopefully okay. Fathomless Mud of the Swamp. So I'll just read this out for you. The island has many swampy deltas along its coasts. Some are fairly navigable, while others are mazes of murky water, tangled trees, and land that isn't nearly as solid as it appears. Fathomless Mud of the Swamp is one of those latter sorts, with a penchant for spreading. It likes getting everywhere, slowly turning solid ground into muck and mire. Some Dahan villagers have struck fruitful bargains with it, easy passage and useful plants in exchange for tasks more easily done by human hands. Most, however, will move on to new living grounds years early should they notice the sudden signs of it moving into their area. So we've got like a swampy spirit, partly the reason why I wanted to play it. Looks pretty cool. It's kind of like an otter or a badger or a beaver. Anyway, a setup is 2 presents on your starting board in the lowest numbered wetlands. So I'm going to put that now. That's on wetlands 5. And of course you start with 4 unique power cards at 0 energy. And I'm just going to, while we're here, I'm just going to set up my spirit guide. I love using this while I play. It's such a fun app. So I've got it on my iPad. Let me see if I can, there we go. And then, so the playstyle is likes having sacred sites where invaders will build, okay, but may need to recreate those sacred sites after oozing outwards with its innate power. In smaller games, might be able to cut off the most inland lands from explore actions by destroying inland towns or cities and stopping new ones from being built. Causes a fair bit of fear, much of which represents unpleasantness, hardship, and disgust. And it has kind of like a, I guess, low to mid-range of everything: offense, control, fear, defense, and utility. So let me flip this over. So I'm going to start putting these on. You saw me shuffle the fear cards. Trust me, I've shuffled the invader cards. I'm just going to put these on. We start with 1 energy and 1 card. The special rule for it, for Fathomless Mud of the Swamp, is offer no firm foundations. So at your sacred site, build actions add explorers instead of towns or cities. So that's pretty good, actually. Okay, now the other thing I did say is that I'm going to be using the Kingdom of Brandenburg, Prussia. I'm going to go on level 1. So there is an escalation, stage 2 escalation. When I see the icon, I have to On each board with a city or town, add 1 town to a land without a town. And level 1 also is fear cards are 333, 9, usual. And the fast start during setup on each board, add 1 town to land 3. So that starts down there. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to go. I should just mention the innate power, spreading and dreadful mire. It is a sacred site, a range up to 1 with a target land of invaders, and I can start moving my presence around. That's oozing out, and I get to damage and push and fear in them. So yeah, alright. With that all said, I think let's get started. Okay, we're here. Let us do this. Alright, so turn 1. Oh, sorry, of course. I have got to do an invader explore. I forgot also, even Ray, you're not on top of your game. It has been a while. I've been playing Champions and Legendary, as I said, so I'm going to start with 3 Blight. So again, the errata, it says 2 per player on the card, but for those that are new to the game, it's errated, so you actually add 1 extra to what it says. So I've got 3 Blight on there, and I'm only the 1 person. So I've got a healthy land. Okay, now let's set up with an invader. We have mountains. Let's put a mountain there, an explorer there, and explorer there. Okay, now we're ready to go. Well, almost. Now we're ready to go. Okay. All right, let's see what we do. Let's do growth. So what I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I can basically add presents, add 2 presents to advance my trucks. And I do have my innate powers. I need 1. Okay, I need a moon, water, and earth. Moon, water, earth. There's 1 there. Okay, I can play in retractable thickets. I don't need to. So maybe I play 2. So maybe I get 2 cards out. Maybe I'm going to go for... I'm just going to go for this one early. I'm going to go for G3, gain a power card. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see which ones I get. Nature's resilience, drift down into slumber, voracious growth, and call to isolation. They're all pretty good. Now, my innate powers rely on moon, water, and earth, and a bit of plant as well. So, moon, water. So, voracious growth looks pretty good. If I'm to go with that. Do I need to defend? I don't need to. Maybe I go with voracious growth. Okay, so those go in the discard. Okay, then I get to add presents. I'm going to use that to give myself 2 hand size. And I'm going to put it 2 away. It's going to build. I might want to start putting it. That's going to build, hey? That's going to build straight away. It's not very good. It's going to have a city. It's a city. Unless I do something quick. Which is, can't defend, damage. I can start moving it around. What I might do is, for the time being, I think I might just add it here. Just to get the central presence happening. So I've got that, and I get to gain 2 energy. So that's good. Gain 2 energy. Okay, that is my growth phase. Gain energy, I get 1, so I'll get up to 3 now. Okay, now, is this going to be in shot? No, good. Oh, it is. Alright, so now we go on to the choose powers phase. Choose powers. Got these, and I've got 2 cards I could use. I don't need irretractable thickets and thorns. I've got nothing to defend. Although I could. A sacred site with invaders. They don't have one off the sacred site. Invaders, I could damage. Damage 1. That doesn't help. Okay. Now, move an origin to a target. From the origin to a target land. Could do that. Alright, let's just think of what I'm going to do here, Ray. Come on. So I've got 2 damage. I could start doing 2 damage. Gather up to 2. Oh, I could use these 2. Do I have? I don't have my required. Okay, voracious growth. I could. Otherwise, I can target a spirit. May pay 1 energy to gain a power card. Ooh, that's pretty good. Maybe get a power card. What if I do that? I think I'm looking at these 2. So I might play Open Shifting Waterways and Voracious Growth. So that will be cost of 2. Pay that. So let me put the elements in my spirit guide. Okay. And I can do just turn 1. Oh yeah, just turn 2, 1. Oh sorry. I think I've oh yeah, that's right. I have done the right thing. Just turn 1. Okay. Alright. So I paid for them. I can choose my powers. They are what they are. Fast powers, I have none. Okay. Healthy island, okay. Fear, no fear. Ravage, no ravage. Build. Build. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have. Yeah, anyway. In hindsight. So build, which means I will build a city there and a city there. Okay, then we get sands. So let's put some explorers in the sands. See if I can cut off the inland. I don't know if I can. Okay, so we move that across. Now we got the slow powers, as I mentioned. Okay, I can gather up 1 damage, 2 damage, remove 1. This one I forgot is for jungle or a wetland. Oh, that doesn't help at all. That does not help at all. Okay. That does not help at all. Jungle or a wetland. Oh. Well. That's the only one. Gather up 1. I'm going for the build. Here we go. So if we 1 away. So for open shifting waterways. Target 1 from, I might target land 6, gather up to 2, let's just gather 1. If Dahan invaders are present, 1 fear, and deal 1 damage, so that guy goes. Okay. Build again. I might have to try and stop that. Well, the voracious growth, I can only target this one here. So 2 damage, don't do that, or remove 1 blight. Let's remove the blight. Okay. Alright, those are done. Time passes. And we're back. Okay, that probably wasn't the best go. Oh, hang on. Also, I forgot. I've also got my innate power, which I have to do. Move 1 presence from the origin to a target land. Okay, so I might definitely move this here to have that as a sacred site. When I have that as a sacred site, it will only build explorers there. If that makes sense. Okay, so let's do that. All right, now we're back again. Got 1. Okay, so we've got Ravage. Ooh, I'm not sure. Defend 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's okay. Retractable. I could do that again. Retractable. Okay. I've got these 3 cards. What I plan on doing. Intractable Thickets and Thorns. I could do that to defend 5 here. This one is going to get some blight. Not going to be able to save that. Then if I do this with either of these, 2 away with push up to 2. I could do the Foul Vapors. Maybe I do these 2. Okay, anyway, I've got to figure out my growth first. Growth has the earth or the plant? Maybe I go... Okay, maybe I'm going to go for G2. I'm going to go for two presents, and I'm going to take 1 from each. Then I'm going to put them... It has to be 1 away from presents. So what I want to do is be able to build. Yeah, that's right. That's going to build, and then whatever happens. So I might put 1 here for the waterways. That will give me an option to then. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll put that over here to cover that. Okay, so I've got those 2. So I'm starting to spread my presence along. So that is for G2. That is done. That reveals a plant for me and earth. I've still got 2 cards. I've only got 1 energy. Okay, that's my growth. I gain my energy another 1, so I gain 2 energy. I've still got 2 cards to play. Yeah, definitely gonna have to play Intractable Thickets and Thorns for 2, and then 1 of these, which would be either, I think it would go, let's get some more fear. So let's go for Foul Vapors and Fetid Muck. So we're going to pay for that. That costs 2, so we're going to use all our energy. Okay, we paid for that. Choose that powers. Let me punch in the elements. So I've got a moon, water, earth, and plant. We've got fire, air, water, earth. So with that, I can do 1 and 2 of my innate powers, which is pretty good. So with that in mind, that's a slow power anyway. For for my fast power, I'm going to use inretractable thorns and thickets. I can gain 1 fear. That's up to 2. And then defend 5. I'm definitely going to defend 5 there. That will allow me to get rid of some other stuff, which is good. All right, that's it for that. Then we go to Healthy Island, Fear, nothing fear, Ravage. Here we go, Ravage. Let's start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ravage. It does get Blight. Oops. Does get Blight. This one defends for 5, hits for 5, 6, so only hits for 1. No Blight goes on there. Hits for 1, it damages one of the Dahan, but they fight back with 4. So I'm going to take a city off for 3. That gives 2 fear, which allows me to get a fear card. Goes back up. And then take another one off, which is an Explorer. So that we do well there. Okay, so that was Ravage. Build. This one builds only an Explorer because it's got a Sacred Site. The other one doesn't build, there's no one on there. And then we have Waterways. I knew that was going to happen. 1 there. Was it Waterways? What is it? I always say Waterways. Wetlands. That's it. Oh gosh. For me, it's Waterways. Okay, so no escalation yet, which is good. So we're still traveling well. Okay, and then so that moves across. Now we go to the slow powers. We've got a few slow powers here. Push up to 2. Let me see. 2 away with invaders. 2 away. 2 away from there. 1, 2. I could push up 2. Or I can use my innate power, which is I've got to move 1 already. Don't want to move that. And then 1 away from I can push 1. Okay. All right. Let's see. So with my innate power, I don't know if it's worth doing build. Oh yeah, I need to move 1. Okay, innate power. Move 1 presence from the origin to the target land. Oh, okay. Oh, it has to be to the target land. Oh yeah, where do I want to go? 1 away. Oh, that's only 1 away. Okay, to the target land. And then I get to push damage. Okay. So for push 1, I'm going to push that too. Okay, so I might move. This is for my innate power. 1 away. I'll move this. Move 1 from the origin sacred site to the target land. This one. Okay. And then that's required. Then I get to gain 1 fear. Get to deal 1 damage, which will be that one. And I get to push 1, which I will push. Where shall I push? I might push over here. Push it into there. Okay, so that is my innate power done. And I have one more here to push up to 2. Yeah, so foul vapors. 2 from my sacred site, which is over here. I might push 2. I'll push that one up over there into the sands. Yeah. Cool. All right. That is foul vapors and fetid muck. That's the slow powers. Time passes. Dahan wakes up. Defense goes. And that's it. We are back. Okay, how's that looking? Okay. Got to start picking off. Alright, I've only got one card left here. Which means I'm gonna have to. I might reclaim. I might reclaim at G1. Reclaim the cards and add presents. So I'll add presents to somewhere I already am, which means I will add it to. Let's take it from the energy track and let's add it to that land there. So I've got 2 sacred sites happening there. Okay, that's my G. I then look at my energy, gain energy 2. Okay. Now I already have a plant and earth. Okay, now I can choose my powers. I've got these 5 to choose, and I can pick 2 cards. So 3, 4, 5. I can defend that again. I could do in retractable thickets, and then what I'd want to do is get another water with only these 2 here. Would be fetid muck, because I can't spend any more energy. I've only got 2 energy. Okay, so these 2, let's buy them. Cost of 2. Use all my energy. Let's get this underway. Moon, water, earth, plant, fire, air, water, earth. I have again 1 and 2, levels 1 and 2 of my innate power. I think it's the same that I played last time. Okay, let's get to it. So that was it. Let's choose our powers. In retractable thickets and thorns, I'm going to use that 1 away from presence. I can, well, first off, I'm going to gain 1 fear, and then I can defend 5. Now what I want to do, obviously, defend 5. I'm just going to defend this land there, so nothing will happen there. Okay, that is it for my that's it for my powers there. Okay, now we go to Healthy Island. Fast power's gone. Healthy Island, fear, we have a fear card. We're on terror level 1. Lands with presence have defend 2. That's okay, doesn't matter. We've got defend 2, fine. Now let's get a ravage. This one will defend 7. Hits for 5, defends 7, so that's fine. This one defends 2, hits nothing, but the Dahan will take care of that explorer. Then we get to wetlands, building. Nothing, it doesn't build, and it doesn't build. We get to coastal lands. Coastal lands gain explorers along there, fine. Okay. And so we move this across. Okay. Then we get these slow powers happening. So again, I can start to use my innate power first. Do I want to do that? I can ooze one out. Why not from here? I'll ooze one out from my sacred site. I'll ooze one out there. 1 fear, up to 3 fear. 1 damage, takes the explorer out. And push 1. I don't have any there to push. Okay, so that is my innate power. My next one, push 2, hey? My next one would be 2 from the sacred site. This could be this one. It could be that one. Could be this one. With invaders, yep. 1 fear. That will, so more fear to the people. Another fear card. Push up to 2. So let's push them away. Let's push them, I guess, inland. Wetland will ravage. Hang on. Push up to 2. Maybe I push them. Maybe to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where should I push them? I can push them here. Maybe I push them down there. Push them there. Okay, so that ends that. Okay, then time passes. And we are back. Okay. Alright, I'm bound to get some escalations now as well, so I've got to really start looking to get something. Okay. Maybe if I do 2. Ravage, nothing's going to happen. Coastal lands will build. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, this is a tough one. And I've done my thing. Okay, so I'm thinking now, just if I should go for G2, which will get 2 more presents out. I can put 2 presents in here, which will kind of stop this that growth. Which is pretty good actually. This one will grow. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I do that. Let's try that. So if I don't have many cards. I've only got 3 cards left. Gather up to 2. I don't have any defense cards. I could pay to get a power card. 1, 2. Okay, I could use just these 3. Might just do that. I won't get reclaim yet. Maybe I'll get my presence out. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. Alright. Don't know if this is a good thing or not. I'm going to go for G2, which is 2 presents, and I'm going to get them from Moon. 2 presents. 1, 2. Got 2 through 2. I've got Moon. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I could get that. Get another moon. 2 moons. 3, yep, and 2 of them. Could do that. Alright, I'm going to try this. I'm going to get 2 of these from the bottom track. So that actually gives me now plant, earth, and a moon. And what I'll do is I'm going to put them both on here. So I've got another sacred site there. Okay, energy phase, I get 2. And now I get to play. I've got 3 cards. I can play it, and I've got 2 energy, which I might just play all my slow cards here. I've got open shifting waterways. Where's this one? Okay, 2 damage, that's okay. Yep, I can do that. Waterways, that's fine. Okay. Alright. I'm going to play these 3 cards. That should get me up to level 3 of my innate power. So these cost 2. Takes all my energy. And then let me put my elements in. I've got a moon, water, the animal, water, plant, water, earth, plant. I do have now levels 1, 2, and 3 of my innate power, which is unlocked with these 3 cards. Okay, they're all slow powers, so that's okay. Those are my powers. Fast powers, nothing happens. Healthy island. Fear, I've got fear. I'm still on 1, terror level 1. What do we have? Tall Tales of Savagery. Each player removes 1 explorer from a land with a Dahan. It removes 1 explorer with a land with Dahan. Thinking it could be this one. Take that explorer out. Try to get rid of the inland stuff. Okay, that's fear. Now we go to ravage, which is wetlands. Nothing to ravage, nothing to ravage. Coastal lands builds, nothing to build. This would build a town. And this one, since it's a sacred site, will only add an explorer, which is good. Then we get this, which is an escalation. So we've got to put 1 town in a land without a town. Where can I damage that? Push over there. Maybe, where do I push that to? Sand, I wouldn't put sands there. Maybe I put it in the middle here. Okay, and then I get explorers in the mountains. So again, oh yeah, that still happens. Mountains. Okay, this moves across. Escalations, I've got that happening. Then we get our slow powers. I've got 3 here with my innate spreading and dreadful Maya. Now what I can do, I'm going to put this over here so you can see the fear as well. I can, from a sacred site, I can move to the to the target land. Then I get 1. I'll get 2 damage at most. 2 damage. Okay, let me just see, that's good. Exaltation of Tangled Growth, I can't pay. Haven't got any money for that one, so that one's kind of gone. Jungle here, or wetlands, that's pretty good. one of the sacred site. I could use this one to deal 2 damage. Could do that to deal 2 damage. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that over here to deal 2 damage, to take a town away. Give myself 1 fear from beating that town. Okay, so that's done. I've got open shifting waterways. Gather up to 2. 2 Dahan, and if there are 2... Okay, gather up to 2 Dahan. And if Dahan and invaders are present, 1 fear and 1 damage. Gather up to 2. Yes. Push 2. Okay. Okay, let's do this as the target. That's 1 off. 1 fear, 1 damage. What do I... Oh, maybe I do this one. What if I do that? Gather up to 2. I can't gather up to 2. They are present. And 1 damage. Maybe this one. Gather up to 2. So I'm just going to gather up to 1. That's a target land. 1 away. If Dahan invaders are present, 1 fear. So back up to 2 there. And 1 damage. I'm just going to damage, get the explorer away. Okay. And I haven't done my innate power. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move that to the target land. Okay. 1 away from a sacred site. It's my spreading and dreadful mire. I'm going to then drag this one, move 1 presence from the origin to the target land, which is that. And that's a target land with the invaders. So I can 1 fear, 1 damage, and push 1. Might just push 1 out here. 1 fear. Get another fear card whip. Up to terror level 2 now. 1 fear, 1 damage. Take out the town. That adds another fear. And push 1. I don't need to push 1. Okay. I'll just keep that one there. Or do I need to push it? No, I need some Dahan there. Okay, so that is my innate power. That was pretty good. Okay, time passes. Everyone goes back to normal. And we are back. Now, I have to reclaim my cards. I've got nothing, so I've got to reclaim my cards. And I can add presence. So coastal lands is going to ravage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I might lose 1 presence there. All right, so reclaim, and I get to add 1 presence. What shall I add? I might add 1 from the top track just to get more energy. Add presence to build. The mountains will build. I might just add presence in that one there. So we'll just keep that down. Okay. So that presence, I had presence there already. I've just added it. Presence 0. Gain energy. Let's gain 3. Now we can choose our powers. So again, I've got plant, earth, and moon already. Okay, I've got 3 energy, and I can choose 3 cards. So choose our powers. I've got to defend. Coastal lands, ravage. I need to use intractable thickets and thorns. Definitely need to use that. I've got to use 3 again. So I need to now. What do I need to do after that? 2 damage. 1 from the second. Oh, okay. That one's pretty good. Voracious growth. 2 damage. Wetlands. Nope. That could be good. This one could get me something. That could get me tangled. I think could get me something. Push up to 2. Don't need to push up to 2. Damage 2. Okay. I'm just thinking whether I use my Exaltation of Tangled Growth to get a power card, or whether I go for getting rid of these 2 because they won't be doing anything. Is that worth it? We'll remove 1. Yep. And then use Fetid. Or I could use these 2. No, well, I won't have enough, right? So I've only got 3 energy. So I think Exaltation, that and that. I don't know if that's worth it. I feel I need to do gather up 2, deal 1 damage. No, I feel I need to do 2. I need to use Voracious Growth, and I'll have to be one of the 0 cost ones, which I think will be push up to 2. I don't need to do that, but I could get another Fear. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'll do Vapors, Foul Vapors and Fetid Muck. So those 3 again. Let's do those 3. Cost of 3, using all my energy. Okay, I played that. Let's get our elements in. Moon, water, earth, plant. Water, plant and fire. Air, water, earth. What have I got? Again, I've got my 3 levels, which is good. Okay. So, then let's go to the fast powers, which will be this one. In Retractable Thickets and Thorns, I will add 1 Fear. And then I will defend... Where is it? Oh, yeah, I'll defend 5. That will have to be on the coast here. Let's defend 5. That should help with wiping those out. Okay, and that is it for the fast powers. Then let's go to the Blighted Healthy Island. Fear, we do have 1 card here. We're on Terror level 2, so we only need to get rid of the buildings. Fear of the Unseen. What have I got here then? Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with presence. That's pretty cool. 1 explorer or town with presence. Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be this one because I'm gonna get rid of this one anyway. Okay, so Fear. So then we get onto the Ravage, which is the coastal towns. Nothing there. This one does Ravage. So we take away my presence, unfortunately. We put a Blight on there. This one defends for 5, and the invaders attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So attacks for nothing. Dahan hits back for 4. Let's get the town out. 1, 2. Again, a Fear. So up to 3. 3, 4. Let's take 2 explorers out. And that's done. The build stage on mountains, both of them are on sacred sites, so they only get explorers. So I'm only down to 2 cities left, which I need to get rid of in order to win. Okay, but then we have an explore here. Escalation, we've got to add a town where there isn't a town. And that will be in a build, right? No, let's do it 2 damage. Oh, okay, actually, let's put him in here because I might get that. Okay, and then explorers in the sands. Again, okay, I should be able to knock off that one. Got to figure out how to knock off the the city. Okay, 2 damage. All right, so now we go to, I can do 2 damage. Oh, it's so close. I can do 2 damage. Oh yeah, so that's over there. Let's move them across. Okay. The build, I don't want them to build anymore. I can do 2 damage. Okay, voracious growth. Let me just use that one to deal 2 damage. Take away that. That's 2 away from sacred site. We'll add 1 fear. That clicks up, which means we'll get another fear card. Okay, so that's done. Push up to 2. Ravage, that's not gonna do. Oh yeah. Push up to 2. Let's see. If I do 2 away, if I do this one, 1 fear push up to 2 there. We do a build. Yeah. So if I, for this one, for my foul vapors and fetid growth, if I add 1 fear, I'm going to target, I guess, this land. Is that right? And I've got 2. Oh, push up to 2. I won't have as a build. Ravage. Okay. Oh no. All right. What do I have here? I can gather up to 2. Gather up to 2. That's gonna ravage. Yeah, that's okay. I can deal 2 damage. So I'm just thinking of how to use this. Deal 1 damage. 1 push. Push up to 2. Build. Okay. Maybe I'll use my fetid vapors and fetid muck to gain 1 fear. I'm going to target this land. Sorry, I'm going to target this mountain land, and I'm going to push up to 2. Push that one up there. Okay. All right. Then I got my innate presence. Then, so what I'll do, I'm just going to zoom out here. I'm going to move 1 from a sacred site to sorry, I'm going to move that one onto there. That becomes a sacred site. 1 fear, 1 damage, 1 push. Push that one up there. Then I'll do the same again. 1 fear, 1 damage, and I don't need to push. Okay. Okay, that is it. Slow powers, time passes, and we are back. We are back. I've only got 2 cards left. I haven't got enough for a big power. Let's see, builds, they're going to build. I could stop the build. Ravage, I just need to 3-2. Yeah, I could do that. When this ravages, it won't kill all the Dahan, but it'll kill one of them. But I can deal 2 damage back to it, and then I can get it in the slow power. If I get this again, which I need 2, 3. Oh, bugger. Okay, I might have to. Let's reclaim. Back to G1. Let's reclaim our cards. Add 1 presence. Ravage. 1 presence to where we are already. Let's add water to that in the middle, the presence. Okay, that's G1. I get water as well as plant, earth and moon. I get 3 energy, gain energy. Next stage, choose powers. Okay, again, I've got to defend, ravage. Oh, I can actually ravage that one. Could actually ravage that. Could actually ravage that. That one there, build. It's gonna build another one. Okay, definitely I'm gonna play Inretractable Thickets again for 2. Voracious Growth. Jungle or Wetlands, I don't need them in any of them. Just need 1 more, I've got 1 more there. Let's remove Blight. Don't need to use that. So it could be Exaltation of Tangled Growth. And Fetid Muck. Could push them out. Invaders. 2 invaders, push up to 2. Who builds the sand? Push up to 2. So I don't need that. Let's just add that. Do I need that anyway? Let's just add this. Okay. Alright, so let's just add these 2 cards. That's cost of 2, so I'll take that and I'll put 1 there. Okay, so again, here we go. Inretractable Thickets and Thorns, a very good card. Let's do 1 fear that goes up, which means we get another fear card. Defends for 5. Let's defend. Hang on. Before we do that, chosen powers, we've got them. Let me just punch in the elements. Moon, water, earth, plant. Water, earth, plant. Okay, we've got 3 again. Okay. So, who do I defend? I don't need to defend that. That will go. Yeah, well, I've already done this one. So let's defend. Let's defend that one. Should be able to get rid of that now. And that's it for the fast powers. Now let's go. We've got some pretty good fear happening. Healthy Island. We've got fear. We've got 2 cards. Terror level 2. First one. Avoid the Dahan. Skip all build actions in lands where Dahan outnumber the towns or cities. We're doing build sands. Well, with no, oh, yeah, skip all builds. Okay, well, that doesn't help me. Second one, Dahan Enheartened. Each player chooses a different land. In each, gather up to 2 and 1 damage if Dahan are present. Gather up to 2 and 1 damage. Ooh, chooses a different land. Gather up to 2, 1 damage. That one's going to go. That's going to go. Gather up to 2. Let's just gather up to here. In each, gather up to 2 Dahan. 1 damage if Dahan are present. 1 damage. So let's just take one of the explorers away. Okay, that is it. All right, now let's get to the Ravage, which is over here. Hits for 2. So one of the Dahan is gone. Dahan hits back for 2, wiping out these 2 explorers. Over here, defends for 5, and defeats the 2. So Dahan defeat the city. Takes 2 of these down here. We've only got 1 city left. Okay, then we have the build. Nothing builds there. This one will build a town. Okay, then we have exploring. We've got to add a town where there's not one. Let's go 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to let's go to here, I guess. Try to just get this one somehow. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, for sure. I can put this anywhere. I've got... Actually, I can get this. Let's just put it over here. That's fine. Let's put it there. And then we get explorers, which I'm not too worried about because I'm just worried about the buildings now. Okay. There we go. Let's put these across. Okay, slow powers now. I may pay 1 to gain a power card. Yep, I might just do that. Let's get a power card. 1. Oh, do I have anything to pay for it? Oh, to gain a power card. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, what do we get? What can I get to hammer it home? Okay, maybe Call of the Dahan Ways. That's pretty good. Let's add that. Right, and then I've got my innate power, the Spreading and Dreadful Mire. So what I'm going to do is move 1 presence from a sacred site over here. 1 fear. Let's just open up 1 fear. 1 damage. Push 1. I don't have 1. 3rd level, 1 fear, that clicks up. Means up to terror level 3 now. So 1 fear, 1 damage, takes that out. Adds another fear. Push 1, that's fine. Okay, that was my Spreading and Dreadful Mire. Now time passes and let's go. I've only got the city to get. Luckily that's a Ravage. So what I'm going to do, I think it's easy. What I'm going to do is reclaim my cards again. That will reclaim my cards and I get to add presents. Let's add it from the top track. Add presents to where I've already got presents. Might as well put it there. Let's just put it there. Is that right? Yep. Okay. Let's gain the energy. I've got 4 energy. Now let's choose our powers, which is pretty easy. I'm going to get Intractable Thickets and Thorns for 2. I will get I don't think I need anything else. Let's do fetid vapors and foul vapors and fetid muck. And let's just do Call of the Dahan Ways, just because it's a card I haven't played yet. Okay, let's go for that. That costs 3 all up. Okay, now let's have a look at our elements. Got plant, water, earth and moon already. So this one will give me intractable thickets, moon, water, earth, plant. I get fire, air, water, earth, and the last one I get moon, water, animal. Ooh, I got all 4. Wow. All 4 my spreading and dreadful mire. So that's very handy indeed. Alright, let's see what we get. I think we're good here. Let's go to the fast powers, intractable thickets and thorns. That's going to ravage, so I'm definitely going to defend that for 5. That should clear off. The city. Okay. Oh, and one fear for that. Yep. Okay, let's go to Healthy Island. Fear. We've got fear. We're on terror level 3 already. So this is each player may push any number of explorers or buildings from one land. Push. Where do I want to push them to? Let's just push any number from one land. Let's just push them all the way up here. You can get away from the jungle. Okay, so they're all moved towards the coast. Now we've got Ravage. Here we go. This will Ravage for 6, but defends for 5. So defends hits for 1, and we have Dahan hitting for 4. 2, so 3 city and 1 explorer, and that ends the game. That's terror level 3. There are no more cities, so that was pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is add it into my log now on a spirit guide. Very cool. So we've got victory, number of players 1, using Fathomless, scenarios none. What happened there? I think I just... Alright, let's start that again. Sorry, you can't see this, but I'm just putting it in because as we speak. So Fathomless, I've got to keep these on track. Adversaries, Prussia. Now level is level 1 only, but that was a cool win. Invader deck. How much have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in the deck. So 5 in the deck. Remaining Dahan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 remaining Dahan, and we've only got, we've got 2 blight on the island, and we were playing Island C. So Island C. Yep, so that gave me 33 points for that win. Anyway, that was really fun. Let me know what you think of Fathomless. It's a bit of a slow burner, I guess. Doesn't really out and out kill, but I like how he oozes out. As you can see, the presence is all over the place. So yeah, heaps of fun. Anyway, that's it from me. Next time I'll catch you, hopefully there will be a legendary game. There's one coming up very soon. But I've also got legendary encounters coming, and of course Final Girl is in the mix. But until then, happy gaming. Catch you later.